Taurus, this is Lisa with the Poet Oracle, and today we're going to find out what's going on with you and the person on your mind. Welcome back if you are a returning viewer. And if you have not yet subscribed, then go ahead and do so. That way you'll be notified when future videos are released. Today we're going to look at tarot cards, oracle cards, and even some personal messages. Just keep in mind that this is a general reading. So you have to take what resonates but leave what doesn't. And if you feel that any role needs to be reversed from how I present it, then by all means go ahead and flip it. All right, well, it looks like we are sitting here with the Ten of Pentacles sitting in the reverse, the Ace of Swords in the reverse, and then the Seven of Cups. And so with the Ten of Pentacles showing up here as the very first card in the reading, this relationship may have come with a lot of battles. You could be even battling with this person's family or friends, or vice versa. A lot of domestic disputes and fights and arguments, just a lot of chaos. And so it looks like the relationship or this situation, who may be on your mind, it was like the commitment ended. And there could have been fights over money. There could have been fights just over stability as a whole in this relationship. This was an unconventional relationship for you. So it may have been like, I guess what I'm saying is maybe at one point you guys were kind of working your way towards getting married, or maybe you had children outside of marriage, but there's something untraditional about it. With the Ace of Swords sitting in the reverse, there was a lot of misinformation in this relationship. And then with that misinformation, you also had lack of communication in this relationship with this Ace of Swords. There could have been a lot of harsh words that were said. I'm talking about those words that cut deep, okay, with this Ace of Swords. But you felt very confused. A lot of arguments. There may have been a lot of insults thrown your way. You might have thrown insults their way. But the communication was just garbage. It caused a lot of frustration. And you may feel like this person made a lot of bad decisions in this relationship, or maybe both of you did. With the Seven of Cups, this is like having too many options, okay? Not really having a direction. Living in a dreamland almost, like too many choices. It's like you were giving your love, but this person was paying attention to all kinds of other things, whether that be work, friends, another romantic interest, but just too many options on the table. And this relationship kind of lost its priority place. Okay, let's get some from this deck. It's a lot of arguments and insults. Like the words could be so nasty in these arguments. We got the Star card that sits in the reverse. And this is like you felt very ignored by this person, or maybe they feel ignored by you now. But there's a lot of depression that shows up here. There could be some kind of illness as well that you may be going through, or this person. But it really just represents a lot of arrogance on this person's behalf. Now, again, if you're a cross watcher and you feel like the other person was arrogant, then flip it, you know. Okay. All right, we got the Eight of Cups that sits here in the reverse. It's like you have learned from this situation. Now, this can represent somebody wanting to return back home, or maybe at one point you wanted to return back to this situation, but now you're fully learning from the past. It's like you've learned the lessons of this situation. Let's get the Ace of Spheres, honey. You're on a new journey, a new path of stability. Okay, when we look at this, this could be a new job. This could be a new promotion. This could be a new income, but it also could be a new investment that you're putting your time and your efforts into. Okay, so whether that be a new project, a new relationship, whatever it is, it looks like you're on a new path. All right, let's get some from this deck. Oh my gosh, like I said, you're on a new path. We got the Death and Rebirth card, putting an end to the old to begin anew. All right, when we see this come up, this is about big happy changes, okay? It's time to move on. You're about to rebirth yourself and transform yourself in ways that maybe a year from now, the people you know won't even recognize who you are on the inside. Five of Swords, you are healing. It's sitting in the reverse. This is all about, you know, this could be this person. They got caught, okay? They got busted. You called them out. They may want to come back and make amends for that. Or it's just like you just kind of being like, I don't want to fight anymore. I just don't want to fight anymore. All right? Okay. I'm sorry, with the death card, dang, my brain just went blank. The star card, you could be dealing with an Aquarius. The death card, you could be dealing with a Scorpio. All right, now we get the Seven of Cups that sits in the reverse. And so first we had it in the upright, which means that there were too many options on the table, too many competing priorities that this past person had that caused this relationship to become stagnant. But now that we're in kind of this transition phase where now we've gone through the death and the rebirth, we've gone through the healing with that Five of Swords in the reverse. Now we get the Seven of Cups. It's like, now you're having clarity. Okay, there's no more illusion about this situation. The illusion has ended. Your senses have been restored. Okay, whatever that means to you. You know what it is that you want. There's no question about what it is that you want now. All right, you may have a new relationship, you may have a new path, you may be moving somewhere, you may be getting a new job, whatever the case is. You don't have any doubt. There's no options per se outside of what is going to make you happy. Oh my gosh, we got the King of Cups. Yes, with the Eight of Swords that sits in the reverse. First of all, the Eight of Swords sitting in the reverse is all about releasing yourself from this situation, from the toxicity of it, from the pain of it, from the thoughts of it, right? When this card sits in the upright, all these things above her, all these dark clouds are the thoughts, the memories, and it's keeping this person trapped. You can see that the person's really not trapped. They're looking in a mirage. It's like an illusion. But honey, you're freeing yourself, liberating yourself, and I love that. Now the King of Cups. All right, what are you liberating yourself to? Well, first of all, you're being very supportive of yourself, very tolerant of yourself, but you may also have a new love interest that is very supportive to you, very tolerant, and maybe even very empathic. All right, when this past person thinks about you, that came out quick. What do they think about? Seven of Pentacles that sits here in the reverse. So when this person thinks about you, they may feel like they gave up too soon or you gave up too soon. No, they did not put in the amount of effort that was needed for this relationship to really reward both of you at the same time. They didn't cultivate it. Okay, so again, they feel like either you gave up or they gave up, or maybe both of y'all gave up before it could truly grow into that higher level. The Nine of Cups in the reverse, when this person thinks about you, listen, they may think that you're lazy. They may think that you're somebody that wants quick results out of a situation, or they may have come into it like that. They wanted you to do all the work, but they were yet lazy. And so it's like having this idea of like, I want something very quickly, but I'm not willing to actually put the work in for it. So this relationship could have moved very quickly before you guys really knew each other. We got the Four of Wands that sits here in the reverse. And so it's like leaving. When this person thinks about you, they think you left the situation. You may have moved out if you guys were living together, but they just remember all the arguments. There was a lot of arguments in what started as a very happy relationship, which this kind of reminds me of something going towards marriage. It's been flipped. You know, what was once a dream come true with that Nine of Cups has flipped. All right. What else does this person think about? Too many. Justice. Okay, so when the Justice card comes up, you could be dealing with a Libra, but this is all about the truth coming out. So some kind of truth has been revealed, and it's kind of like a cause and effect. You know, if somebody does you wrong, the truth comes out, you leave. That's the cause and the effect. Okay, so this person realized that you may have called justice in this situation. Ten of Swords that sits in the reverse. So when this person thinks about you, they feel like you're on a new start. You're recovering. You're moving on. You're moving past this. Okay, they did you dirty and you're moving past it. All right, let's get some oracle cards. Reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Listen, they may want to come back and try to make amends with you. It's like you're on a new journey. You're on a new path. You may be even kind of like different mentally and spiritually too. You may be just a different person. We have the healing family issues and soulmate both sitting in the reverse. And so healing family issues in the upright is really significant of your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So somebody may have been dealing with some childhood issues that they just were not able to get over, and that may have been what caused the bumps in this relationship. Now with the soulmate card sitting in the reverse, at one point you may have felt like this person was your soulmate, that this was somebody that was going to be there for the long haul. But they may have ended up just being a twin flame and somebody to trigger you into growth. All right. And sometimes when you get triggered into growth, you need to get burned into it, right? You burn your hand on the stove, you learn not to touch it again. All right, your dream oracle card that we have is number 34, From Fear to Fuel. Stand still and own your power. Listen, you got to build on you. Maybe this relationship broke you down a bit, made you fearful of relationships, whatever the case is. But you got to use that fear and use all of that you went through to kind of motivate you into this new beginning that you are heading into. All right, let's get some personal messages. The thing I like about this card in this deck, the Death and Rebirth card, is you've got like the Grim Reaper. But look at this beautiful view that they're seeing now. So it's like, you know, putting a death to the old is going to open you up to a very beautiful view in your life. This says, too stubborn and too rigid to see blessings clearly. Now, this could be about this person, or it could just be cautioning you to really think about your blessings and not be too rigid to not be able to recognize them. This says, passion can drive you. If you aren't moving, you aren't listening to it. Always follow where your heart is pulling you and where your passions are pulling you. Someone is being manipulative. So I feel like that with these cards that came out. It's like somebody had options or something. Pisces could have been dealing with something on a Pisces or something in Pisces season. And now this says focus on what's important. See, what that's cautioning you of is don't focus on the pain or the loss, but focus on the lessons. All right, let's get a poem for you. Codependent, number 8. I spoke of an end that needed to arrive, but he spoke of my spirit keeping him alive. I spoke of the pain his words always seemed to give, but he spoke of how much he needed my love to live. Listen, codependency is a serious thing, and it usually stems from either abuse or childhood traumas. And so you may have been in a codependent relationship with this person, or you may have been codependent on that relationship. Okay. Either way. All right. What would this person want to say to you if they could, from their no pride, no ego, right? From their higher selves? It says, I lied because I was selfish. Okay. What else would they want to say? Every time I see you, I fall in love all over again. So that's kind of a codependent thought right there. You aren't there for me. So they definitely feel your absence. Gosh. Home is where you are. Teach me how to love you better. I'm sorry for all the times that I was quiet. I'm happiest when I'm with you. All right, one or two more. You hurt, I hurt, we heal. You are a star. You forced me to look at myself within the darkness, and I love who I am with you. Okay. One or two more. Okay. There's so many things I wish I'd done better. Let's go on a date. I'm working on being a better person. All right, well, these are your messages. Make sure to come back and check me out again.